Yo, what up, everybody, man? So Wednesday night, no strings attached. We back in the building. I hope everybody good out there, man. Getting y'all through the work week. Appreciate everybody's been tapping in with us, man. Showing a lot of love on the YouTube as well as everybody that's listening in the audio form, wherever it is that you find your podcast. We thank y'all for rocking with us all this time. You dig? Got to give a special shout out. I was looking at the streaming, and the UK been showing a lot of love over there, man, picking us up on the streaming. So shout out to the UK, y'all listening in the audio form over there, man. Double salute to y'all. And everybody else, man, if you like the show, make sure you share it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You did. We always in here. On this show, y'all know what it is, man. We talk about relationships and the culture. We allow everybody to jump in the chat, say what you got to say. But, you know, on this show, we do clap back if you get to talking too crazy. So, you know, it is what it is. But ain't no censor in the chat, man. You can talk as crazy as you want to talk up in there. Do you? You understand me? Everybody say what's up to Cousin Torian, a.k.a. I Runs Wild. What up, Torian?
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Happy No Strings Day. I'm tired, but I'm ready to talk my ish. So let's go.
You said he tired?
Yeah, I've been working all
tired.
Day. Oh, I did.
You tired.
Oh, now I'm young.
Yeah, you too young. See how I do that age thing? You know, I can either way. You can go either way on it. Hold on. God damn it. Hold on. Gotta make sure we get my sister in there before we get to other folks. What up? Everybody say what's up to Shorty Mo. What up, Mo? Long hair Mo is back. Oh, you on mute, Mo?
I'm on mute. I'm trying to flip the camera. Hold on. Getting set up here, y'all.
I didn't hit the switch. There you go.
What up, Mo? What's going on? How's
post vacation, Mo?
Right, post vacation. Tan Mo in this bitch. Long hair, don't care. Mo with the braids.
When did Mo get the braids? Oh yeah, we know you went out of town. You got the braids. Black women get braids. You already know.
I went to an African braiding shop in Houston, actually.
See, we just talked about that, Ross. See.
What?
No, we was having a conversation about, you know, when folks go get braided, they don't never say they went to the black folk. They always say I went to the African lady.
But that's a specific type of shop. They don't play in there. They get to business. They get to that bread in that bitch. Okay.
What up, Shay? Shay in here early. What up, Shay?
Hey, Shay. What up, y'all? Well, I'm eating per usual. I got my meal prep going, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah, now look. We're gonna go to our guest, but before we go, I gotta give Mo a little shit. See, Mo been out of town. Now she's trying to get back to the meal prep now. See? You been
right. I was on a boat for 5 days eating buffet food and burgers and drinking every damn day. I said, yes, time to get right. Back to it.
There you go. Hey man, everybody say that we got guests in the building. Well, one, he done been here a couple times already, man. Everybody say what's up to T Ross, man, aka Florida. What up, Ross?
What's good, man? What's going on? I appreciate y'all having me too. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we gonna pop on over to Daniel real quick. What up, D? Daniel in the building, man, joining us for the first time. We appreciate you, my guy. What's good with you?
What's good? Glad to be here. First time joining.
Yeah. And so let's go, man. You see the topic for tonight, and we're gonna get to it here in just a little bit. The healing era, right? Are we doing the work or are we just talking about it? You know, because everybody get online and want to say something and be deep and fake philosophers and all this. And they be like, dude, you say that, you ain't doing no real work, right? So we're going to talk about it. Is folks really trying to do this? Or it's just lip service, you understand? But before we get to that, though, before we get to any of that, we got to get to the bird of the week. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a staple here on the show, but we got to point out the birds. This week, man, we got an ex-couple, a couple going through a divorce, which is not a good thing. I'm not happy about people getting divorced. It's a horrible thing. We talking Offset and Cardi right now for the birds. Uh-oh, Mo
Both
took
of
herself
them?
off
You were
mute.
talking about who's the bird in this situation?
Well, it's open for interpretation.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so let's talk about the controversy so far. So we all know at this point, Cardi B is in the process of she's separated and getting a divorce from Offset. She's currently dating who is he with now? He is with
Stephon
the
Diggs. He's
Stephon
with.
yeah,
Diggs.
what team is he with
Patriots.
now? The New England
Alright.
Patriots. Yeah, Stephon Diggs, wide receiver for the New England Patriots. They were just on a boat. Maybe Mo was with them on that boat. I don't know what boat Mo was on. But they was on a boat. Lot of ass was being thrown. You know what I'm saying? It was going down. And let's just get to what Offset crashed out on first. And we'll talk about it because he talked about his son and a hairstyle and whatnot. So we'll get into all that. But let's bring up his first because he's talking like he ain't played without her in these streets. So here goes Offset. He said, here we go. He said, now when somebody, I can't say the word on you, and when somebody is unalive for playing with my son, then call me crash out. I don't care how I look. Trolling with my kid ends bad. Okay. So apparently after this, he deactivated his social media, correct? Am I right? Wrong?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he deactivated after
As
that.
he should. Get off the internet. We don't want to hear that crying. Shut up.
He deactivated it. But okay, here's what he was apparently upset about was people were posting pictures saying that his son and Stephon had the same braids.
Same, yeah.
Nah.
Out
They
of pocket.
do.
That's
They do.
out of pocket.
It's out of pocket, Ross.
That's out of pocket. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's out of pocket.
See?
Oh, they mad. They big mad about this one.
Mike, yeah, it's me.
Y'all don't think that's out of pocket?
But let me tell y'all what the internet is saying. Because if it was how it was interpreted, then okay, they trolling real bad. But according to the internet that keeps up with Cardi B and her posts and her kids, those braids that her son had are not current. Like they didn't have them at the same time. They said he don't even got his hair like that right now. So he crashing out over some shit that's not. And if you look closely, they're not exactly the same. Maybe that's just that braider style. You know what I'm saying? But the internet is they on his ass now saying, look, not us knowing more about your son than you do, because that's what they saying is that look, Cardi B is right that you haven't seen your kid because he don't even got his hair like that right now. That was a while ago. That's what they say. I don't know for
But
sure.
I'm hearing
I ain't fact check.
I'm hearing people saying though that maybe Stephon was trolling and said I want to get this, I want to get those braids that he had.
Right. Could very much so be that.
If it's that, then I feel him. If it's that, then I feel him.
Okay. Because I
If
would do
it's
that
that,
shit
then I feel
too.
him. Yeah. Nah. I think that's messed up though, because even just like taking Stephon to the same braider as you taking your son, like now you recommending hairstyles, and it's just too much pettiness. Like I understand she hurt, but golly, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
we
Like,
gotta find a new braider.
come on, man.
Right.
Like,
I'm like, damn, we can't support a good braider, a good
I'm
business.
saying,
Like
This is for the black woman.
listen, you tried to get it that close, whether it was Stephon getting it that close or the kid getting it that close.
Yeah, it's like that braid in the middle back there. It is
Like that ain't a regular style.
yeah, that's right on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's diabolical right there.
Yeah, that's come on, man. Okay, can we talk about it? Like, so she just really just being Queen Petty, and because Offset did what he did in their relationship, which she always brought to public, but she went along with it for that long. Like now she just it's all about getting back at the nigga, and you choose Stephon, which we all know the history and what's really going on with Stephon. It's like she ain't even respecting herself in this, brother. Is it okay
wait,
for her to just lose all self-respect for herself just to get back at Offset at this point.
Let's go, Ross.
What's the story behind Stefan? Because I don't know the shit that be going on with him.
He a dog.
He had like 3 kids last year.
And that's the crazy part about it because Offset a dog. So you leave, you done with Offset, and you go to another dog. That's what I see other people saying on the internet too.
You go to another dog, but you go to another dog that got double the money, triple the money.
Yeah, facts.
Exactly.
That's in better shape. That's a model, and that's out here. Got Cardi on the yacht with 50 other girls. You seen the video with the pink substance? It's 3 girls on my boy calling them
pink substance is crazy.
I'm in my journalist bag.
She's not like who's to say she's not just there to have fun? Like, what if he being open about that shit? Like, obviously he is if he on the same boat with her, and you know, have these girls calling him daddy and shit like that. Maybe she just like look, because I'm gonna speak from a woman's perspective. When you get out, especially I may never been married. But I'm assuming, especially someone who's been in a serious relationship, whenever I get out of that relationship, everyone assumes that she's getting ready to marry this man or like, you know, she's taking this man seriously. It might just be a good time. Like, let me go ahead and turn up. You know what I'm saying? Just real quick. Because, I mean, shit, I've been locked down dealing with this cheating ass man and holding his shit down. And his kids, the ones I have, the ones his other baby mamas have, I've been holding him down. And now look at how he did me. So, yeah, I'm going to go do whatever the fuck I want to do. And that's why people are bothered because, you know, everybody always likes to paint that light for women who have kids of like, oh, you shouldn't. Nah. Because I want to see where this energy was at whenever Offset wasn't standing by his woman. Like, that was your wife at the end of the day. Let's really talk about it. That wasn't just some bitch you was fucking on and date. That was the mother of your children and your wife. You went into a whole union with this woman and you was doing her dirty. Now, granted, I'm not trying to say that Cardi B, you know, was perfect in the sense of like staying with him. She shouldn't have stayed with him, but I think she was really trying to make some shit work. It was just the person that she was with was not meeting her halfway. So now niggas is crashing out because she's out there having fun, having a good time, shaking ass on the boat. I mean, you can't be mad. You should have handled that better. You should have handled that. And now you want to do all this spousal support, da, da, da. You're struggling is what I'm thinking.
Oh, damn.
I'm thinking that because when's the last time y'all listened to Offset's album, the one that just recently came out?
He's struggling.
We're not.
We're not. So he's definitely in a place where he's taking hella L's right now. So he's crashing out. And I mean, according to Cardi, he ain't even been going to see his kids. You know what I'm saying? So like, and here's the thing about Cardi B. Now, y'all can say whatever you want about Cardi B, but I really don't think she's a liar because she comes with receipts all the time, whether it's in court, whether it's on some shit. Like she be on what she talks about is what she really be on.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this, not to cut you off.
No,
so what you think about because Offset did say Cardi was sleeping with Stefan when she was pregnant with their last kid. So
look? You want me to believe him?
No, she didn't deny it. She was kind of like and what? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think whenever that shit came out, that was the one thing I remember. I think I was on the show when that happened. And I was like, all right, like, you know, yeah, I understand how that is and how that looks. Would I do it? No.
I don't know if it though.
This is my thing. This
I don't know if I believe him
what Offset did and what she doing. All the stuff that Offset was doing was in the dark, and she was crying on social media, bringing it to public. Right now, she's on a viral campaign with, like you say, it's just a fling. It could just be a fling. Why y'all going viral every other day? Like they've been together for a couple months. We seen them at the Knicks game. We seen them. We seen them on the boat. We keep seeing them. She's going out of her way to like, oh, she walking around the streets of New York with Stefan Diggs. Now, like it's like she's going out of her way trying to throw this in his face, and it's cool.
Why is that the assumption that she's trying to throw it in his face though? Like, I mean, I feel like she's literally a divorced woman. She's able to do whatever she wants to do. Like it doesn't. I think that's the thing about men.
Divorce ain't final.
I feel like that's the thing. Okay, but still, it's in filing shit. We're separated. Whatever it is, he's already. You know, it's in process. But I'm like, my thing is that I feel like a lot of men think that women do, like, not to say that we don't, but I feel like even after certain parts, because I feel like she went through a lot when it came to them, like, really breaking up. That it's like everything's, people are just like, oh, like she's doing this because of him. Like, I really don't think that. I think she's really just like, you know what? I done cried my tears. I didn't went through the shit. I didn't really went through some heartbreak. And now I'm just living my life and having fun how I want to do it. And because it has, and then again with Offset, that wasn't private. When you're a public figure, when you're somebody who's rich and famous, because everybody knew about him cheating when it was actively happening.
I
So it
didn't
wasn't
know.
like,
I
I
allegedly.
was
yeah,
I
gonna
don't know that
say
he was.
no
it was a topic of conversation for years
I
from
don't
whenever they
know
first got married.
I would.
because she always would go on Instagram with the long
Yeah,
ass
she was doing. I
lives.
don't know. I can't believe her.
And
Oh, here we go.
they both two adults too. This is what bothers me. They both two adults. They act childish. She get on Instagram live a lot, crying about this nigga who is like a little ass boy, really. If you ask, I don't support nothing Offset do. I
Damn.
don't support his music. I don't support nothing about him.
God
I know
damn.
that's
That,
I
right.
know black people, but I know a fuck nigga when I see one.
God
I know
damn.
when I see one. And she crying about this little ass boy who was probably raised by a single mother. He don't know how to treat no damn woman.
Shit.
He don't know how to treat no damn. You understand what I'm saying? Raised
Fuck
by
your shit.
He
out
talking
here
that shit.
and not going to see his kids, but they chose each other. And so like the pettiness of it is just, it's weird to me to see adults out here. They no labels is pushing their music. They ain't got no budget. They don't want to put them in the budget. They ain't pushing their music. They ain't getting behind y'all. Y'all ain't getting no promotion. As far as I'm concerned, y'all can hang it up and go work at Popeyes or something at this point.
Right.
Damn.
So
He
now
said
you're on Instagram Live and doing all these shenanigans to try to stay relevant in hopes that they can maybe drop an album and get some spins off of it. But bullshit.
Okay, let me play this real quick, Mo. First, let me say two things. One, yeah, to Ross's point, because the way I heard it from the internet, as Mo said, what the internet said was that she was having sex with this man Stephon Diggs when she was like 7-8 months pregnant. That's nasty work. That's just, come on, man. You spreading your legs for another man and you 8 months pregnant with another man's baby. That's insanity. That's
I don't
insanity.
think she's that low. I honestly don't.
You don't think that's that low?
No, I don't think she actually did that.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Oh, damn. Daniel's team Cardi.
she
Right.
Daniel hates Offset.
No, he's anti fuck nigga is what he's saying.
Right.
like these sucker niggas, man. Like I got a daughter. My daughter be 18 this year. I learned from having a child how to treat women and stuff like that. And so, like, I can always tell, you know, we in black community, we all kind of raised by single mothers and all of that. You
Whoa,
always,
hold on. Give my daddy some props. What happened?
okay, maybe you, but a lot of us statistically tend to be raised by like single mothers, whatever the case may be. And so these dudes grow up to be suckers. They grow
Okay,
up.
can I ask you a question though?
Yeah, go ahead, hit it.
Okay, so you got a daughter. How old's your daughter?
She's 17.
Okay, so if whenever the split, I don't know if you would your daughter's mom or whatever, we'd just say if you was in this situation, y'all share a kid. You know what I'm saying? Whenever that split happened, like, is it cool for your other to just go wild? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you with a kid, like you probably could understand, like, if whatever happened, or you, Roy, you know, anybody, like, I don't have kids. This why I never been through the baby mama drama. But I'm just saying, like, anybody with kids where there might have been like a split or whatever. Yeah, so is it cool for whatever hurt you did for her to just 6 months later just say, all right, bump it, and like
court. That's what I did. I went to court and I got custody of my daughter. I've had custody since 2012. That's what I did. I ain't do all the petty shit on.
I know that's right.
And I salute that. Shout out. Yeah, I salute
that. Goes
that.
back to like accountability. I chose my baby mama. So when it came down to it, I was like, I ain't finna argue with this nut. We going to court. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I agree with that. So you saying, and to bring this back to Offset and Cardi, he know what he was getting himself into when he chose Cardi. So now that Cardi being Cardi, which I think she going back, she the same Cardi who before she got famous. She back to
too, like
messed up too Cardi. She back to messed up too Cardi.
she chose him too. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
the truth, Cardi is crazy.
hurt people. So two motherfuckers, it's like trauma bonding in a sense. You understand what I'm saying?
I respect
And it's everything is cool in the beginning, but then when that ship sink, it get like this. It get crazy. Now they all over social media like children with it. You know?
It's just nasty work. I got you in a sec. Give me a second. Let me get Lionel in here real quick. Hold on. Let me get my man live in the building. Hold on. There we go. What up, Lionel? Everybody say what's
What
up to
up, y'all?
one.
Hey, Lionel.
Happy Wednesday. What's popping?
We in here, man. We got a 6-pack. We in here. We talking Cardi B, Offset, Lionel, right now. I think Cardi B is a scumbag and she's out of pocket. I think right now we in the summer of scumbag women. I think with respect to my man Dan, I think everything Daniel said was valid, but I'm going full toxic right now. F it. I think Cardi B's a scumbag. Remy Ma just had a birthday. I think she's full scumbag. Who else we got out here? Mariah Mills trying to sue Zion. She's a scumbag. Who else?
Apparently, Haley Bailey is a scumbag. Apparently,
Yeah.
Hey,
Let's put her in there too, Lionel. Let's go, Lionel.
Let's
go.
Y'all better get off my area.
I'm gonna need another woman up in here because y'all got me fucked
Get off my area.
up. Y'all got me fucked up.
Because because look, here's what's happening right now is that women are being treated.
We're tired. We're done. Fuck y'all. We been act up. It's an act up summer. Turn the fuck up. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Go Mo. Woo.
I'm like, yeah, Cardi, do it again. Make her cry. Shit.
Look, Megan, they got Tory locked up. Shit is
Cardi been dealing with a lot.
Right. This what y'all don't understand about Cardi though. In 3 months, when the season start, she's out of there with Stefan. So it's like, okay, now you done moved on from Offset. Yeah, you can say I'm hanging out, I'm part. You out here in public with this dude that we know when the season start, he finna have one each week when they land in a new city. Stop playing. And Cardi is not finna go live with him in New England.
That's
like
what I
in
was
Boston,
saying,
Massachusetts.
bro.
Like
you let
it's
the dog to go be with a dog, and it ain't even gonna last. Maybe she's just having fun, like
She probably fucking them hoes with him.
No, for real, she is. She just having fun.
Right.
With a fine black man. That's all she care about.
With some
Let
money.
me play some of this. So this is Cardi right here. This is how I know. Y'all talking about fun. She is a woman scorned. And we know a woman scorned is dangerous. But this is her talking about Offset. Let's go.
Listen up. Y'all listening?
We are.
Listen up. The fact that I'm waking up right now, right? The fact that I'm waking up right now to see that this fuck nigga and his fuck ass team, I know it's not his team. I know it's his bitch ass. Gonna tell the Breakfast Club the only reason why this motherfucker asking for spousal support because I was asking for everything. Because I was asking for everything and because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a fucking pussy ass nigga. Word to my mother. I want you to die, but I want you to die fucking slow, nigga.
That's a hurt person, ladies and gentlemen. You want a nigga to die and die slow?
I done been there before. I felt that shit. I'm like, yeah, girl.
Yes,
when they test you enough, sometimes you just be like, look, I don't even be wishing that evil shit on nobody.
Damn.
But that's how far some men will take it, like for real.
All the fuck niggas. So, ain't you responsible for picking them?
Yes.
Because I know a lot of decent dudes out here, and girls be like, that nigga lame. You want to go be with Offset?
Which I agree. I obviously advocate for women, but I also say realistic as well. Like I mentioned earlier, Cardi did stay with him through a lot of shit. So yeah, you could have been left. You know, you could have been did that. Now I was gonna say earlier, Daniel, you said that I think she should just. I have been saying, girl, you need to get off the internet talking about this shit. Honestly, just shut up. Like, stay silent. Because a lot of times the men that are like that, do these things to get a reaction because it's a certain level of control that they want to still have over you. But once you go silent, it's like they You know what I'm saying? Handle that shit in court. Let your team handle it. But I understand. I can also understand that level of like, just when you've been through so much and so much of your own emotion was involved, of like really getting to that point of like, wait a minute, like I'm gonna talk my shit because it's been too long. I've been quiet too long. But so yeah, I understand both sides. But
I think Tiana Taylor handled it pretty well. Her situation.
Oh man.
She
I'm
started
sorry,
fucking
she was out
Mufasa.
there.
Hold on, time out. She
No,
was
no, no, Roy, you
Mufasa.
shut up. You shut up, Roy.
She was quiet.
Shut
Listen.
up.
Roy hating.
Quiet. Iman Shumpert. See,
It's
that's
like
why
years later, Roy. It's years later. They, like,
that's why women don't be liking these
He
short.
knocking up Mufasa. The hell with her.
I'm talking about
Good.
asking for alimony and child support. You a grown
Aaron,
man. Like, come on.
Aaron,
Hold
Pierre,
on,
that's
hold on. Time out, Daniel.
Mufasa.
You just said nobody checking for his music. He ain't got the money.
Yeah.
She got the money. I need spousal support.
Hey,
I need
he-
spousal support, dog. Come
smart
on,
about
man.
his business. He didn't do that shit right. Like she
Sure
got
he did. I need
avenues.
support.
that part.
If it was opposite and Offset would have got out the marriage, been with another girl publicly within the next 6 months, rumors come out where he was fucking this person the whole time while she was pregnant. Y'all would be dogging this nigga right now because it's a girl. Y'all say
Paul.
oh, good for her. That's crazy.
That might be true, but it's fair.
And to be real, nah, this gonna really. I ain't trying to offend nobody. The reason Cardi ain't never gonna be able to keep nobody because let's be real, Offset got tired of that shit. All that every time we get in a fight, you talking to me like that. I want you to die slow and all that, trying to be so damn tough and all that, thinking you can talk to me crazy. You know, Cardi, she probably get physical. She seemed like the type that'll punch a nigga. Like, come on, man, that shit get tiring. That shit get tiring, man. I'm telling you, she toxic, dog. You can hear the way she talks. She go, y'all. She was just sending the girl that Offset supposedly talked to pictures of them having sex, like to make the girl mad. She was just on it, like everything she do is in public. She
That's
willing to go lower than low. Her whole thing is if you go low, I'm gonna take it to hell. You
But I
can't
think
last with somebody like that.
that's why people like that pick people like that. You know what I mean? Like she can't be with the nigga who was like born and raised and working on Wall Street. She's gonna be like, hell no. I know he got standards. Hell no. I'm out of here.
But I think you knew that about her prior to any of this. Like you knew the type of woman you was getting yourself involved with. And not only that, I feel like we gotta stop blaming people who react the way that they choose to react based off the shit that people do to them. Like you did this shit to me. Yo, don't blame me for crashing out now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you knew the type of person I was. You chose to take it there. And now that it's happening in that way, like I think we talked about this before on the show. I vaguely remember that. I think Lionel mentioned it, where it's like you can't be mad at me for how I choose to react to how you treated me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I
That's the
understand where you're
story of
coming
my
from.
life.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
you because look, Lionel be
but
turning
people
up.
think I'm the crazy one all the time.
Right,
But I'll
Lionel be
wear that
turning up.
crazy head, no problem.
So it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's like when people are just who they are, and it's like you knew that about that person, like, okay, now you're crying because I'm crashing out and I'm doing shit the way that I would have did it, the way you did me dirty. Like,
After you provoke them, basically, is what you're saying.
yeah, right.
See,
So
I
back
think
to Offset though.
Yeah,
So
go
if
ahead.
he
Go ahead.
crashed, because now you got the kid with the same hairdo. If he crashed, y'all gonna say he crazy. You just
He
it's
is.
the
I mean, that is crazy,
like
but that's the
everybody got
choice he
their own way of
makes.
crashing out. Offset might really crash some shit.
I think he's stupid anyway.
That would be crazy to crash out for, though.
I
Like
don't
that's
think
not worth crashing out. You got to pick and choose your battles.
Nah, here's what I'm gonna tell
I
you.
feel like Russell Wilson and Sierra's son did that shit. Like it was something about them matching or doing something, and everybody looking at Future like, "What you gonna do, Future?" Like, but maybe
Yeah,
that's
but Future just don't care.
They got
Though. So
married.
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah, Future
That's
is
what I
so,
like. Y'all ain't
You know
even
what's
giving Offset
crazy?
the credit. Like he could be Future out here and just say forget it.
He could be future or
You
he
know
could
what I'm
be better because I'm thinking this is a great opportunity to like there's clearly so many people watching the situation for one reason or another. Like this is a great opportunity to sit down like adults and just talk. And like maybe even sit down with a network and like air it and like get some money too. But then at the end of the day, like show how to be able to have conflict resolution, like just talking it through. this would be the perfect time to have an example of that. But like people just gonna see this shit. It's this adds to like the layers and layers and layers of like the bullshit chaos that people just have learned, you know, through
But I
like,
think,
you know,
but see this right.
Jada will and do red table talk.
But
right.
look, but when she talking like this, what you supposed to do?
Exactly.
You're supposed to
I
apologize.
feel like at this point,
When
it's
you
so
die,
far
nigga, I
gone.
want you to die slow in the bed. And while you die, nigga, you gotta think of me.
Come on, man.
He
So
put
y'all saying, right?
Yeah, I don't think that would have been some shit I put on the internet, but
When
I
I
might have said it.
first
You feel me? Hold on, let me get it some more. Hold on, here we go. Let's go.
there's a renew divorce paper, right? And in the renewed divorce paper, um, I asked for no child support. I didn't ask for no child support because I want to be done with this marriage. Like I feel like I'm tied up. I asked for no child support. Kiari is allowed to see my kids. There is not one day that he's not allowed to see my kids.
Okay, this is what me and Ross had a discussion about yesterday. What do you mean your kids? These are our kids. Like the whole shit is problematic. He's allowed to see my kids is crazy.
If
Yeah.
the
That's
kid only with
insane to
her,
say
then
that.
shit. I don't blame her for saying that shit.
Oh, Torin, go to hell, Torin.
I already
So-
been here.
But hold on. So while she on the boat doing the pink cocaine with Stefan, where the kids were? They with her family. Offset got family too. He's a millionaire. He ain't got 100 million. He got 30 million. Offset got a support system that could help with the kid too. Why do he got to come to her house to see his kid, or why do it got to be under her supervision? Why she can't send the kid with Offset and his family and let the kid go spend like? Come
This
on,
is
man.
some
One who
like
got
this
her
is
We know
just
what
some
it
low
is.
down shit right
We
here.
know
That's
what it
why.
is. Why she viral? We ain't seen the kid with her and Stefan yet. So she got plenty of time away from the kids. Who got the kids when she viral with Stefan on the boat? The kids was in Miami.
Yeah.
That's probably like one weekend. It's probably that's
Did Offset have the kids that weekend? That was last
Let
weekend.
her have fun, man.
well. Offset don't want the kids. According to what she said, he ain't seen the kids.
He's saying he do.
Let that little thought have fun.
Clearly he did. If he didn't know that baby had, if he didn't know that baby had different hairstyle.
Man, let her have some damn fun. Like
I
nothing
know
she
that's
does
right.
really surprises me. Let her little thought have some damn fun. She said she been tied down to this fool for a while and she want to be done with this nigga. And now you see her out having a little bit of fun or whatever. I ain't got no issue with that. Let her have her fun, dog.
It's a little bit. It looks more casual.
There you go. Let her have
No,
a good
because it
time.
comes down to this simple conclusion, y'all, of why this whole thing is why it is on this internet right now. And it's because men simply hate to see women be happy and have fun.
Oh, come on, Mo.
That's it. They're like, oh, she out there smiling and shaking ass. You're a whore.
Right.
You're a whore and a
This
bad
one
mom.
being a mother.
Right, look, but
I'm like,
I think
damn.
Offset is losing like his best eater because like
Oh yeah, for sure. He
Like, I'm
mad.
What black youngster at? I'm looking for black youngster. Whore.
He defrosting. It's summertime.
Whore. Okay, look, okay. Let me just go back to Cardi one more time because this is again Cardi, to Ross's point. Cardi keeps going to the internet. This is her telling us on the internet that God told her to give this nigga a chance. This is her.
I'm with the person that I am with now because sometimes I don't know, like I just feel like God would tell me to give him a chance, which is so weird. But like y'all be like, oh God, girl, you're being dramatic. But it's so weird. There was times that I used to be like depressed and I was like sad and like my mind just kept going in circles and circles and circles. And for some reason, when I had those weird episodes, that's when a motherfucker would like hit me up or text me out of the mood, checking on me and stuff like that. And I'm like,
That's the devil. God damn it. That's the devil. Okay, let's go.
That don't imply that God sent her this man to marry. He could have sent her this man to have a
Devil
good time.
texting you, girl.
She been at home, staying faithful to this man,
know she vulnerable.
Y'all, some
God
say
sent her a man to just have some fun with,
Yep.
so she could learn how to love again, love herself again.
But see, that's
So
just a
why do
perfect.
you have you do that in public to show why does it then have to circle back to let me do this to make
to
it better?
Rose's point, I've never seen Offset in public with another woman. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying I don't
We've
know
What?
what
never
he
seen
does.
him on Instagram
It
with
was just
none
a
of these
photo
women
out
that
here where
Cardi
she was
B.
that model girl.
Can I just
I
say
don't know. I
something?
don't know what you're
For her
talking
getting
about,
the
Tori.
car. Like,
Can I
what?
say
No,
Show the
of
something?
course
video.
you will see it.
Thank you,
What's
baby.
up, Mo?
Cardi B has always been an Instagram person. She's always been online,
Always, yeah.
putting her shit all out there. So I don't think this is anything new for her. Like, that's why I understand what you're saying. Like, don't be all out, but like, this is who Cardi B is. This is how she became who she is today because she was even in her stripper days. Like, she was on the internet. That's how people talk about that. They found her because she was on Instagram putting all her shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
She,
plenty of old videos of Cardi B talking crazy and doing shit. Like, so I mean, I feel like that's just her personality. That's just who she is. There are some people who are really like that. Like, just I'm
she's
I'm
from
I'm gonna be online for real.
yeah, too. She's from New
And
York, so all of that energy that you getting is a lot of that. It's a lot of the New
okay,
York out of her.
okay. Now, Daniel, you brought up a point about how Offset probably come from a single mama and all that. So does that apply for Cardi that she probably come from a line of broken relationships and a bunch of women that's hurt, and it's just a cycle
Yeah,
that go, and that's why she gotta be so damn tough all the time, and
I
she's
Mm.
was
so wild and unfiltered and ratchet.
I
Is
was trying
that is it maybe that Cardi don't really have she ain't grow up with no influences of a real wife or a
yes,
Mm.
real situation that lasted?
yes, yes, absolutely.
Clearly,
Because like it's a cycle for both of them. That's why I said it's like trauma. But neither one of them couldn't have grew up with a father that kept their foot in their ass. Because if my daughter got on a stripper pole, I don't care if I was in a wheelchair, deathbed, or whatever. I'm gonna come snatch her ass off of it and probably
Hold
whip
on,
Oh,
bro.
come
You
on.
said
Let her live her
what was
life.
Oh,
the
nah, that's too far.
nah,
Risky, what was the stories you say that Cardi was telling about her come up story? Her whole come
Oh
up
yeah, she was talking about how like she was setting dudes up with
yeah,
like she would take her and like a transsexual would like get. First of all, let me. Y'all got me saying this story during Pride Month. Shout out to his Pride Month. God damn it.
Right. Tread lightly.
oh
Tread
my
lightly.
I
goodness,
know,
Right.
this
but
is
Cardi
far.
told the story about how like she would get her trans friends. They would get a guy, trick the guy, thinking he was having a threesome with two girls, him and two girls, and then they would drug the guy. And as they're robbing him, they'll be like, "Well, just to let you know, that's a trans over there, so you probably don't want to say nothing because we're gonna let everybody know that you was messing with a trans." Like,
That's all. There's literally nothing here. This is literally a poisonous situation. Like literally, it's no. I'm being dead ass because it's so many people invested in it as if like there's nothing here. When you pick up the rug, it's just roaches and maggots under it. Everybody looking up here for nothing. Like they both are in very fucked up situations. And it's sad because they had an opportunity to just love each other and create generational shit. Like it really is sad, and it's sad to see it unfold. Like it's all unnecessary, poisonous bullshit that I hate, which is synonymous, if you ask me, to Cardi B's existence in rap. But that's another story.
I like that.
hey, everybody out there,
And
say what's
Naomi,
up to my sister Naomi down there.
Hey
I know.
y'all.
Hi, Naomi.
What she joined?
Naomi
Here
get
come
ready to
your
go out of
help
town.
right
She got
here.
some braids. You get ready to go out of town. She got braids in her hair. Where you going, Naomi?
I'm really not going nowhere. Even
Yes,
though
you
I
are.
Naomi
You don't
always
want to
I
tell
has
her.
am going to
braids.
Atlanta at the end of the month, but who knows if this hair will still be in there.
here's a virtual hug, Nate. I'm giving you a virtual hug.
A
Thank you.
So
I
virtual
much
hug.
love.
appreciate it.
I'm
Damn, I
pushing
ain't get
Yes.
no
away. I'm
virtual
pushing
hug.
away.
Rory, nobody want to hug yo mad ass.
Torian's one of my haters. I'm just
No,
putting that out
you
there
one
for
of
the people.
my haters.
But
Torian's
no,
one
I
of my
really do.
haters.
I'll say all
Daniel
that to
C
say that I
first.
feel like it is true that a lot of people in our community don't have the example of just whatever. Like I don't want to speak to one side or the other, but whether that's a mom or a dad or both. Like some people just don't have no parents that are like functioning productively, let alone one or the other or both. So that has an effect, and you see that play out. So I hate the fact that so many people are tuned into this. It reminded me of the Krishan thing in Blueface, when it's like the
Mm.
worst thing to be drawing attention for our community, but that's what everyone's gazing on, as if we even need that sort of attention. Like we totally need people focused on like couples that are working out and like that are like making it. You know, couples that are able to function and be productive and grow.
What's an
That's
example
what
of
we
that?
need.
Because I thought Doodoo Garbage was in a good relationship, but apparently
Doo doo
not.
garbage. I don't even know how long that relationship lasted.
Like they've been
I
together
feel
like
like I don't know that you would look to celebrities for that, honestly, because we don't just know those. But you never know any situation. But I feel like, I mean, any couple that's still functioning and making it, if they're willing to like talk about their situation, is a good example. Because that's the first step, is actually staying together happily,
Yeah.
like, you know, and healthily. So
Shout out to
like those are the
DDG.
couples who
even if
would
it
need to
don't
speak up
work
more.
out, then what?
What'd you
Like
say?
even if it don't work out, then what? Because I believe in handling everything like an adult. I swear to God, girl tell me she don't want to be no more. I'm like, all right, simple. I ain't going to Instagram and
No, that's a class too. That's a master class that people need to take on like how to accept rejection and how to accept reality, bitch. Like it's not working, and like you know what? That's actually not the best situation for you. How about that? So
boom.
that's a class. Like people need that class. I'll be thinking all the time of like what classes the kids really need instead of like the shit that they get in school. I'm like, that's one of the class. Like, welcome to seventh period. Before we go home, we talk about rejection. Like, right before the end of the day, bitches, y'all got to come through rejection class first, cause y'all, especially the boys, y'all got rejection 6 and 7. Like the ladies, y'all can just come through 7, but like that's so serious, you know.
Hey, I ain't gonna say who a name, but I did. A homie at the gym today showed me a text of a young lady that broke up with him via text. He said he got the text this morning, and it was the classic. It's not you, it's me. Like I don't think this is working text, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I asked, I said, yo, so like, what? I said, did you text back? He was like, yo, I told her like, you just don't want to be with me because you want to be a whore. I was like,
You see?
damn.
You see?
And that's
Niggas go
okay.
straight
And
to
you need
being
to
They're
say
in
whores.
thank
I
you.
denial
You
feel
need to
like
and
say
they're
niggas go
thank you.
delusional.
straight to calling a
You need
They're
to
in
woman.
say thank
denial
you.
and they're delusional. They never think they're the problem.
The homie crashed out. He was like, you
It
just want to
couldn't
be a
be
hoe.
anything else besides she just wants to go
What's
be
that,
a
my little
hoe.
homie?
I'll tell you offline.
Even if she wants to be a hoe and like that's the reason she, but that's, you should
He
respect
crashed
that,
out.
because you would really crash out if she was just like, let me just be with
Yeah.
you because you want this, and then be a hoe on the side too. No, so you have to also recognize when like you might be dodging a bullet. Like if something's not working out, you don't know what you dodging for real.
The
I
homie was
think
hurt
like
though.
for a lot of us, like some people's experience is like I look like some girls never leave a guy to go be single. Like I remember talking about that on the podcast before. So maybe he like, man, nah, you found somebody already, or you already been talking to
Oh, so
somebody, whatever the
she's a
case.
relationship hopper. She goes from
Boom.
guy.
Were they
Yeah,
Yeah,
together
yeah.
or were they just like dating? They was talking. Like what was the
But it
so
still
I don't
doesn't
know
make a
this
context?
nigga
difference.
relationship
To be
status.
fair, because you could leave somebody for somebody else, you could leave somebody for a treat, you could leave somebody for nobody. Like if you want to leave somebody, like that's you know, like what do you do if somebody
And
don't want to
thank
be with
God
you?
they aren't voicing it because, you know, like Lionel
Yeah.
said, they could just be like, well, I'm going to just do me and do you too. Like, I'll just stick with those
Mm.
situations. So,
Not
yeah,
to
I
take
mean,
away from the hurt
however,
though. The hurt
even
is
if
real.
they do leave for another dude, like that is the best way to do
Nah,
it.
you
At
just
least
want to
they
be a hoe.
communicated it and was real with it.
Yo,
Stop
Roy,
trying to be. Stop trying to be a hoe out here.
I
Okay, hold on. Let me
shit,
play
you
this
know.
for y'all real quick. I just want to switch it up real quick and go to this because as a man of a certain, as the elder statesman on the pod and in the squares, this right here hit
Look
home
at
for
you
me
owning
because
your square.
it's
Right.
hilarious, hilarious. But I hated this little girl right here. I'm gonna call her a little girl on purpose. She's a first generation. I think she's Nigerian because people got her background. They were like, "Where you from?" Right? Because you don't like this. So where you from? I think she's first generation. I'm not hating on anybody, but she's first
You
generation.
just say you hate her.
I do. But I don't hate people like her. I hate her. Well, I do hate people like her too. But when I'm saying like
We
her
get it.
process, not
Right.
not first generation immigrant, but like, okay, let me just play what she
You
said.
heard it here first, y'all. Roy hates women.
Let me just play what she
And
said.
immigrants.
you talking money?
Let me just play what she said. Here we go.
I don't want to go out and hear music from 2010. Like, I feel like all DJs, they need to just retire any music that's older than 5 years old. Like, on a regular basis, like, I don't want to go out and hear no hands. Why are we still playing that? There is so much good music from the last 5 years. Why are y'all still playing Roscoe Dash, all these old. I don't want to hear that. Play some Gunna, play some Burna Boy, play some Tim, some Wizkid, some Tyler, something like some Afro beats. Like there is so much good music from the past 5 years across all genres.
Bitch, go to a different club. Okay, let's talk about it. Go to a different
That shit
club.
triggered him.
Whoa,
Fuck
Roy.
outta here.
Calm down, Roy.
Listen,
And I agree with
I'm
that
stepping
video.
that up.
Boy.
That's how them
That's
old
somebody
heads be.
quiet.
They cannot let it go.
Yeah,
I
agree
feel
with
her
that.
100%. I think she 100% right.
No, fuck her. No,
She
I want to
kinda
hear no
right.
hands when I'm
She
in there. I
kinda
want to
right.
hear no
Listen.
hands.
Listen, Dreams and Nightmares should not still be
Oh,
the
yeah,
1
that's a
o'clock
bullshit
song
song, though.
right
But
in the
no
middle of the.
hands should still be in
like-
rotation, Ross.
No,
hands,
man.
no.
No hands should be playing at 9 o'clock when the girls just not getting to work.
Hilarious.
I hear
At this
Dreams.
point, no. At this point, no hands needs to be retired. Retire Roscoe's.
No, we need no hands.
No, we could put that up in the Raptors now.
No.
No, and look at the nigga that's fighting for it. So you
No
know it's
hands.
outdated.
No
like
hands.
so you
No
know
hands.
it,
No hands.
no,
You want
not
to hear
the nigga
Party
who
Like a
never
Rock
even
Star
goes to
too,
the
don't
club.
you?
This nigga doesn't even go to
No,
the
I don't
club.
like Party Like a Rock Star. That's some weird. That's the white boys like that. But I do want to hear no hands.
No,
No
she
hands
was
is
right.
crazy.
She really was cooking. I'm glad somebody said that because I'll be thinking that when I'm out and I'm like, Sometimes
Well,
I'll just be
see-
standing there waiting for the next song. Like that's what I be thinking. I'm glad someone said that.
Here's the gift and the curse of hip hop, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first genre of music where you got 3 generations who all grew up on the same thing and who all want to listen to the hip hop. It's never happened before. My parents didn't listen to the music that I listened to, but me and my daughter listen to the same shit.
I don't start hearing like no hands and stuff like that until they ain't got no more tricks in their bag.
Well, first of all, y'all gonna stop hating on no hands. I feel like y'all are hating on no hands.
No, we not. We just
No
we
hands
don't want to
is a
hear that in the
classic.
club when we go
I
out.
hate to
Every
agree
time we
with
go
you, Roy,
out.
but I do like
No hands is a classic. God damn it.
I do
Yeah,
like no
that's
hands.
right. I said retire it.
Look, my no
Well,
hands.
we know not to
I
listen
don't
to you
dance.
either,
I-
twin, because your ass don't want to retire groove.
No hands is the shit, Naomi.
We know
Let
you're
it go,
stuck in the past.
Torian.
We know you're stuck in the past, baby.
That's that age
Come
group.
on.
That's
come
why.
on, you twin.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy.
That's
No
that age
hands.
group for them too.
Hold on. No hands. That ain't even my age though. I wasn't.
No,
That was
it's
my
the
age.
throwbacks
My
period.
age.
It's the throwbacks.
Yeah.
The throwbacks period. It's the
That was my
throwbacks
age. I
period.
was at my prom. No hands.
I was gonna say I wasn't even popping with no hands was going down. I just
I
like
don't
the
know. I
song.
personally don't think that song is that good to keep playing it in 2025.
For sure.
I was
Sure it is,
in
bro.
Hawaii when that fucking song came out, and every club we went to went up, no matter how many times they played it in rotation.
13 years ago.
Yeah,
Comes to a point.
well, yeah, I don't want to hear it no more, honestly.
It comes to a point. We can only hit that rock
Fans
for
to make
so
her
many
dance.
times.
Come
Fans
on,
to make her
man. Stop
dance.
it.
Fans to make her dance.
That
Fans
was
to make her dance. Hey, here we go. Shout out to Shay.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Autumn.
Like,
Bands
only,
make her
only
dance.
if it's
That's a
Wayne
terrible
verse.
song.
Only if it's Wayne coming on for
That's
it. And
literally
then
a
it can
terrible
quit.
song.
That's
Well,
a terrible.
Wayne is. Here's
I
what
saw
y'all.
somebody
Here's
in the
what
comments. He
Wayne.
was like naming all the hit songs from like 2010 to like 2014. It was just like, please stop. Like, please.
No, and it's like, and sometimes it could be good, but just the common occurrence that it is.
It's
is
way
like,
too often. That's the point
yeah,
that we're trying to
like
make.
it would
It's
be
too
great
often.
to just throw this in. Like,
Surprise
damn,
us.
I ain't heard this hoe in a long time. I ain't rocked to this in a minute. But it's
Right.
like we can't be rocking to this at every weekend.
And then y'all ever notice they keep the same rotation too? It'd be like you know what's coming next because you done
And
been
that's
through the
terrible.
club. So it's
No,
like,
for
yeah, y'all
real.
don't even mix up the rotation. Like you got to change the time you play that motherfucker. Like I don't want to hit it.
Yeah.
No hands every time at 1:15, bro.
But
Yeah.
It's
you get
horrible.
enough,
He trying to turn up.
y'all think you get enough days to where they don't have to turn back to like no hands and stuff like that. Because I feel like in that time, everybody was flooding the industry with music. It was so many different artists popping out and so many different varieties, Atlanta, all this other stuff. And today it's like onesies and twosies of people that we really rock with. It ain't like a big class of freshmen or a big class of seniors or whatever. It's like really popping with the music. It's select individuals. So I don't
And
think
that's just, I think that's the perfect chance to get get the people dancing because people don't dance and they go to the club and they hear Roscoe Dash and they're tired. So you guys need to open up the speakers. Like introduce the people to dance hall and find out who's some Caribbean artists that's rocking
And
the shit that got everybody
go
rocking
to a
their hips
dance
out
hall
there.
club.
Where is she
Find
at?
out like on the East Coast who got everybody bitch on the tables at the bars go dance and like find out and introduce culture and spread music. That's what you do. Don't lean on one or two artists to think that they gonna carry shit like that. And
Yeah.
don't ever think that you let me just go back to Roscoe
Patriotic.
Dash and Yin Yang's fans will be safe. Like please. The DJs, y'all need to get to work.
I
Get in
need to
y'all's
know where that girl
bag,
is
disc
at. Like,
junkies. You're
what
being
city is
called.
she in? What city is she
They're the
in?
disc junkies are not disc junkies. That's the problem. They're not really
Hey,
obsessed with
let me
music
ask my man
no
Ross
more.
a question real quick, because you from Florida, you in Florida. I know what, like, I'm a Houston dude, so I know in Houston in certain clubs, like at certain times, they're gonna play certain like classic Houston songs. Like, what's the go-to shit in like Florida that like that like if it's one of them like classic joints they gonna play? What's a classic Florida joint?
Boosie.
They definitely in Florida. They still bumping Boosie, but you'll get like some old school Plies. You'll get that I would say that bean on and on and on. They keep remixing it, but like that's like a classic Florida.
Oh, that's like a go-go joint.
Yeah, it's like Florida
Nice.
music. They speed it up and it's more dancing. Whereas like in Houston, y'all slow shit down.
Yeah, they
And
got that bounce.
y'all
Florida
start
got
doing
that.
that South
Yeah,
Side. Like I ain't
yeah,
never seen that shit till I got over there. Where like in
right.
Florida, they speed it up. You'll get that. They might speed up some Kodak, like but probably Kodak though. Kodak really from Florida. Anytime they go playing that Skrilla or like probably Skrilla is the one for real.
You said Plies though. What's a Plies joint y'all play? I like Plies. No pause. Oh, no homo. But like, what's a Plies joint y'all playing
Oh,
out there?
Plies the legend.
No, it's Pride Month. All homo.
What you mean, Plies the legend? Any of them?
Oh, y'all play any of it?
Yeah, any old school Plies. Plies is like when the Florida people really gone.
The
When
only
they start,
Plies song I like. Listen, no disrespect. Only song I like is "Busted Baby." I ain't gonna lie.
you
That's the
crazy.
That means you
Hold on,
never
hold
even
on.
heard no Plies for real.
Hold on.
That
Saudi is one of them songs that
I
they
do like
still
show.
playing.
Okay, I do like
Y'all
that one too. I
sleep.
do like that
Get
one too.
off Plies.
They play
I do
Chop
like that one too.
Shawty go hard.
I like
T
"Busted
Pain
Baby."
in Florida, we really like T Pain is like one.
Oh, I
When
forgot
they
about
really
Pain.
trying to get on their Florida shit, they gonna throw in the T Pain.
Yeah, I
You
forgot
throw in
about
some
Pain.
Trick Daddy. Like you
Shout out
got
to
the
Trick
different
Daddy
people.
Dollars.
Yeah, people don't know Kaya like that. My neck, my back. That's really some Florida shit. That's
Oh yeah,
Tampa.
listen.
Yeah,
Oh, she just had a whole problem Pride
yeah.
Month. Hold on. The LGBTQ community, do they got a problem with Kaya? What's going on with that? Because I saw Kaya was wrapped up in some shit with that.
Hey, we don't want no problems.
I don't want no problem. I don't want no smoke with the community. This
Yeah.
ain't the month for the community to come down on me.
We don't want no problem.
Yeah, I'm already got you on lookout.
I already got a vibe.
About you.
Oh, he said, "Ply, what's in your pockets, dog?" Okay, here we
Yeah,
go.
that's going
No,
crazy.
like
Big
damn.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
goons lurking. Dang, now I'm just thinking about fucking middle school. It's crazy
I
because
never,
I see
I
people
never rocked
talking
with
about
Plies
like
that. No, no disrespect.
yeah, you just
Yeah.
missed
Because
out.
when I heard Jamie Foxx say that, like, them goons really pulled up on Plies and, like, he started talking proper, I was like, well,
Yeah,
saying.
word around. Yeah, he went to college. He played football at college.
Yeah, it was like, that nigga really ain't, he's talking that goon talk, and he was,
I lived in Jacksonville, Florida for about 4 years. So
Shout out to Jayville.
Yeah, my whole high school years was all Plies, Boosie, and all of that stuff. And they put me up on game about all of that stuff. Plies,
When the hell did Boosie become? Is Boosie Florida shit?
Nah, Boosie just the South.
I mean, yeah, I'm
Anywhere
like
in the
that
South.
should just be part of the South.
I
Like
know, but like he keeps saying
that's
Boosie.
stepping into the coast because like you gotta put respect on Boosie and Webby. Like I could
Boosie
think
heavy.
Webby for sure.
Boosie and
Shout
Webby
out to
like
Yak.
what? Like
Yak was that
2007, 2008, 2000. Like that just. That was my middle school. Like niggas was listening to Justin Bieber and shit when I was in middle school, but like nigga, that Boosie, that Webby, that Zero, that Trey that was coming out at that time, like that was
Shout out
Like,
to Webby.
shout out to the South for real.
It was a wave. They called Boosie the Tupac in Florida.
Well, let's
No,
stop
I
that.
remember like
Let's
Boosie
stop
and
that.
Webby was
But
in my top 5 at a time. Like it was like Wayne, T.I. was in there. I can't think of who was the fifth one, but damn, what a time! What a time for like rap and shit.
Yeah.
there we go. So there we go. I just wanted to feel, figure that thing out. Cause shout out to Florida. I thought y'all was down there still jamming JT Money. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Hey man, you gotta hey, you gotta get up to the 2020. It's
But
2020s,
I
man. We
actually
almost in
haven't been to
2030.
Florida. I need to find out.
JT Money had a song with Genuine ex-wife. God damn it. Shout out to Soleil. Okay. Let's go, man. Let's talk about it. Is this we talk about this because the title of tonight's show is The Healing Era. Are we doing the work or are we just talking about it? I think that's a very important topic. Not for me. I'm an old head, so I'm gonna let y'all know old people don't do the work. We just talk shit.
I'm for sure not doing the work.
Yeah, we not doing the work at all.
I'm for sure not doing
They're
it.
stuck.
Yeah, we not doing the work. We are who we are. I was who I was before I got here. But for like, it's still hope for y'all. So
Praise God.
Are y'all doing the work or like when we talk about healing? First of all, are we talking about like we got to define? Maybe we got to talk about it in stages first, right? Because there's a part of healing from like a bad breakup. There's a part of healing from like family trauma, right? Because Daniel then already talked about everybody come from single mamas. This nigga's crazy. So maybe y'all niggas trying to heal that trauma. Like, what trauma? Oh, like what's the hit? Like, where do we want to go first? Do we want to go like growing up first, or do we want to talk about relationships first? I think it's two different. I know at some point they like, you know what I'm saying? They like meet.
I think they exist on the same kind of playing field.
Yeah, like at some point you're gonna meet somebody that like is still they never healed from their growing up trauma. Now they're in a relationship with you and it's all like, you know what I'm saying, messed up.
Yeah.
So how do we want to attack this? Do we want to go with the family first, or do we just want to go like full board, like dealing with somebody and like you meet them? Because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been married for 10 years.
I would pose the question of to everyone on the panel, what ways are you healing right now? Like what's something that you are intentional about healing right now? And I'll start. So something that I'm very intentional about healing currently is instead of suppressing things that I feel strongly, normally whatever I would feel like as a first primary emotion, whatever, like the first thing that comes up, I'll kind of just like put that to the side and like whatever, just figure it out. But at this point, I'm saying, hey, let's really feel that and address that, look at that, and talk about it too. So I'm really practicing transparency and vulnerability. Where I didn't think I didn't always have the space to like do that. So that's one thing I'm focused on healing right now. And yeah. What about you guys?
Who's next?
Okay, so I will go about what I am healing right now. I guess it's really been around like creativity, like recognizing myself as a creative and like really allowing myself to be in that power. But like, I be on my healing type things. And so this is kind of just where I am. So like healing era for me, like as the mystical alchemist, it's like I'm definitely out here doing the fucking work, right? And I intentionally try to be in that energy. But everybody ain't got to do that. I think is what comes down. That's like why the old folks are able, like, because at the end of the day, we each get to choose how we're gonna do, and like the healing isn't always the easiest. It isn't always the easiest path that you can embark on. But yeah, so that's kind of one of the things. But there's always so much, and so like when you were talking about how we should maybe break it down, Roy, it's kind of like how I was seeing is like, are we doing the work or just talking about it? Because I feel like we will also have to talk about the levels of healing that would need to be like taken on the individual level, like maybe like the traumas that we experience as, you know, however our lives go. But I was just thinking of us being like, you know, a Black podcast. We also have like trauma that exists on like a mass level, like a collective level of trauma and harm that have led to like the flaws in relationships, that have like led to like that adds into it. So I feel like, you know, when we're speaking about healing, it kind of got to encompass the different layers on that way as well.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And everybody, if you in the comments, y'all can write in the chat like how like what was the question again, Lionel? Like what was the question so they can like make sure like in the comments just like write what you want to say.
As of now, what is like something that you're focused on healing?
There you go. Okay, Torian, what the hell are you focused on healing? Look, Torian looking in the sky. Don't look in the sky, Negro. Oh, you on
We
mute.
can't hear
You on
you.
mute. Torian got his hair slicked back. Torian think he Dominican right now. He got his hair slicked back.
It's
This
like
nigga,
Dominican
he
timing
think
right
he
now.
Carl Anthony Towns. Go ahead.
No, I was like, I'm glad you asked what the question was because I was doing something. I had like muted everything, so I didn't hear what y'all was saying.
You
Damn.
see,
Oh.
he never paying
Fuck us
attention. You
then.
see what I'm
You didn't
saying?
hear what I was saying.
You
Right.
Was what
see,
you're
this
trying to
nigga
say.
don't
I'm
even listen to
sorry,
the
y'all
show.
had to do this real quick. I had to listen. I couldn't hear.
Well, thanks for the honesty.
But what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Wow.
That nigga high and drunk.
Somebody
He was
else
high
asked
and drunk at
me.
the same time.
What are
I
you?
have to defend
What
myself.
are you intentionally healing right now?
I'm like, you need to be healing that attention span.
Right.
Boom.
Get this nigga some medication. God damn. ADHD, baby. Go ahead.
What I'm healing is really I'm trying to recognize when I'm like feeling angry or upset with someone, like trying to see where it's really surfacing from. Because I've been in my big petty bag lately. And I've been talking to my friends about it, and they just been like, "Oh my god, this is so petty," but like to me, it's just like so justified. Like I'm like, no, like this motherfucker pissed me off. Like they did this, but I'm trying to see like where this like being upset like really like comes from, and doing some deep dive in, a lot of meditation, just trying to keep my mind clear so that when I'm feeling these things, I could like recognize where it's coming from. And I kind of did on one thing, but I'm just trying to work on that and my communication too when I do get upset, because I was just told that I need to remember that when I am upset, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So to me, I be thinking like this person don't know, like, but like my friends like, no, nigga, like we be knowing like when you're upset, like you don't talk to nobody, you give off that energy not to talk to somebody or for people not to talk to me. But then I get mad when nobody's talking to me. And it's like, okay, you gotta
Unbelievable.
You can't be pleased. Damn.
Unbelievable. Stop.
so I'm working on like healing that too. Like
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
it's,
Let's
a
get
lot
to
of, it's a lot of work going on in here,
That's
but
great. I love to hear
the
that.
final product is gonna be great. Like I'm just trying to get to my best version of me.
I love that.
That's right.
The current
Torian,
product
so
is great too.
AKA, that sounds like Barb energy. You trying not to be a Barb. Okay, let's go. Let's get to our let's get to our again. Let's go. Who want to go first? Ross, Daniel, which one y'all want to go first?
I go first.
Let's go.
For me, I can't really pinpoint nothing I'm trying to heal from. Like, to be honest, I haven't even really learned how to like self-reflect that deep. Like what you were saying, Torian, a lot of that is what I'm going through, and I'm just trying to work on improving and just trying to be better. Like nothing major, just little things like how to manage little conflicts, not be so on edge. Like you say, figure out where that comes from. That will like, because I can be to myself where I don't voice nothing. And then out of nowhere, I might just wake up quiet one day and just snappy. And I don't even realize it. But then she like, damn, you done woke up, you such in a bad mood. I'm like, no, I'm not. But I really am though. you know, and it's just not knowing that other people can read that and feel that, you know, even though I might not say nothing, it's just like the little things you do. So just learning how to like manage, you know, just not putting off on everybody else what I'm going through internally.
Like
That's really what I'm
self-awareness.
trying. Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
can I? That's a big part of the reason I posed that question is because a part of one of the things I'm focused on is really being vulnerable and then looking at and reflecting. And so a big part of that is recognizing that there's people that on this show that are on the show and also watch the show that could benefit from these conversations. So I think this question was important. And then one thing that I could say is I relate to that as well as Torian. And I feel like I could validate that for you guys. And it's not so much like crazy. I think that you just got to realize sometimes men are even told that you don't have the space to like feel like for real, or just like maybe you should be more suppressive, or just like keep it pushing. So it becomes a thing to have to actually do that. Like when you're in a relationship, when you're navigating relationships. So making sure that you have the space and you're talking to somebody that's giving you the space to like be able to express it. Period. That's very important because otherwise it's gonna be like so counterproductive to be trying to open up, and then somebody is like like
Can't hold
doing
that.
shit to make you feel like you wouldn't even want to do that anymore. So I always say having like a space for yourself to be like whoever that is or wherever that is, even if that's to yourself outside, whatever the space is, but a good common space to be able to get that shit out. That's so
Hmm.
important because then you can move forward from this life. That's a big part of why I posed this question because I face that too. And then vulnerability is a thing that I'm working on and being like more transparent and just like keeping it 100 in the name of like, hey, somebody could probably benefit from this. So I wanted to just side note on that because I relate to it. But I like had these conversations and some things that like were validated for me that because I was thinking, damn, am I crazy? I'm like, am I crazy? Because I just rather not want to talk about this. But turns out, no, you just really need the space. And like once you have the space to like be able to express yourself for real, no matter what like those feelings are or those emotions are, and get past it, then it's cool. And so just doing that more and more, it's like practice. Just go get in the gym, just keep doing
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Real talk. Let's go, Daniel. I want to hear. I want to hear. Listen, we got to make sure we've had on this show. We've had the benefit of having multiple veterans on this show, which is a beautiful thing. And Daniel fits that role. He's a veteran, right? So shout out to him for being a veteran and like serving, right? And I know I come from a family. I'm like the only person in my family that like didn't serve, which is always awkward at the barbecue because they start talking about all these stories from basic training and all this stuff, and I ain't got no stories, so I'm the only one that like didn't do it. The rest of my family did. So you might have a
That's why you're
very
so angry, Roy.
I'm not angry.
There
Wow.
we
I'm not
go.
angry. I'm
Yeah,
not
he
angry.
the soft
Put
one
that
in the
tag on
family.
your family. They got on your ass.
He the soft one in the family. They be picking on my
Down
boy.
on us. Wow. That's why you hate women, Roy. Really?
And then he running this bitch like a boot camp.
Right.
But no, I'm just saying. Like, I think Daniel's gonna have. He might have a very unique experience because I think I got a lot of respect. Hey, Lionel, Mo, Naomi, y'all grew up in San Antonio. Like growing up in a military city, you understand it's a very unique experience. So
I wish they
let's
would employ the
Is
military in
it?
that motherfucking
That's
city.
fair. That's
I was literally just saying they need boots on
We
the
used to
ground in
have
that
like
city.
four bases out there. We
But
have
they need boots
hella
on the
bases out
ground because like the amount of just like gun
we
violence
do
in
the
that
boots on the
city.
ground dance. I know the dance where them
No,
fans at.
not the dance. I'm talking real boots on the ground. Employ the army in
Same.
that bitch. Like they need to do an army sweep through that city because it's way too much violence and a lot that just goes unaddressed. But to be a military city is crazy to me. Like totally, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense.
All right, let's go, Daniel. Talk to me,
San
fam.
Antonio is a military city, but like I was in the army, and it's more so Air Force, which is why I
It
be
is.
mad.
It's a big Air Force town, right?
Yeah, they the chair force. They all smart.
Damn, he hating. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. They just it really ain't the same. And so yeah, I was in the military about 11 years. Against my will, if you ask me. After year 4, it's time to get out. But I stayed a little longer so I get my degrees and credentials and stuff like that. But I'm first generation, probably only generation, honestly. Like nobody in my family's ever gonna join the military or whatever. So
Hmm.
there is trauma there from the military that I've been working on. Kind of like I've been out for about 4 years, so I've been doing a lot of reverse engineering because they try to program you,
Right.
and I never fit in.
Right. Yeah. Facts.
I never fit in to begin with. I look like the dude who's from the block, according to them. You know what I mean? So I never really fit in to begin with, and I never intended to stay. But I stayed, whatever, and got my credentials. But in the process, they do program you really, really well. It's a really, really structured and stern system. And so I've been working on healing that, and also healing like other triggers from like childhood and stuff like that. I know we spoke about the single mother stuff like that. And so I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but I know we all got triggers, something that you may hear that may instantly give you anxiety or damn near make your heart stop, or somebody do something or say something that instantly make you hostile. And if you somebody like me, you don't like to feel like that. I don't like to feel like that. Because I'll be honest, I do. I'll fight and da 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 da, and I don't want to do that. I came up in that environment, grew up real bad and all that stuff, and I don't want to feel those feelings ever again. So I've been working on just trying to educate myself about what it is that makes me irate about certain things, depending on what it is. Like I said, if somebody say something or whatever, or if somebody do something or whatever, I try to educate myself on my reaction, the best way to react to it. And sometimes I learned all of this that I overreact sometimes through my daughter. If y'all ever meet her, y'all gonna be like, this nigga smart. Like I see why you like your daughter's smart, dog. Because you know, she taught me little small things that I didn't even catch. Maybe it's stemmed from the military. She might do something to say something, and then I yell at her about it, and she'll just be cool and be like, "You ain't gotta yell, Dad." And hearing stuff like that and make you go, I don't
Wait, how old is she and what's her sign?
say again.
How old is she and what's her sign?
She's 17 and she's a Capricorn.
Oh, you got a old
Very
daughter. Wow. I was thinking she was gonna be like a preteen or something. Oh
nah.
wow, she finna be
She'll
grown.
be
That's crazy.
18 this year. I can't wait to kick her ass out. But she'll be
Yeah,
18 this
right.
year. And she really smart. And even my like I said, my daughter teach me a lot of stuff. She teach me a lot of stuff about my triggers. And I read a lot, so I try to educate myself on what it is that's making me snappy like that. All my books is pretty much self help books, psychology of money, atomic habits, and I go on forever about my library or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah, just
you
try to
mil-
kill my triggers.
yeah, you military niggas. I'm happy you're reading books. Y'all need to read books because y'all got too much pent up stuff going on. So yeah, y'all need to read. Mo, did you go already, Mo?
No,
No,
Oh shit, see. Oh,
I was just
Shorty Mo.
listening. You know,
Shorty Mo.
y'all know I've been on
That's,
this show a long time.
y'all
Shit.
know I love Mo,
Let everybody
man.
else talk.
Mo, my little sister. Mo, I love me some Mo. I promise you. If Mo call me in the morning and say somebody tripping, I'm pulling up with the chopper. Y'all know I love me some Shorty Mo. Talk to me, Mo. What's going on? What you doing?
I want to know what you got to say. You came on here, this ain't shit, and I was
They
like,
not.
damn.
So I guess I'll speak relationship wise. One of the things you did mention, Daniel, is triggers. That's something that I am
Yeah.
working on as well. Triggers relationship related. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit that because I previously got out of a relationship and it was kind of like on some on and off shit for the last like year or so. And there's just a lot that happened in that relationship where it's like certain things trigger me. Like I'll give y'all an example. Like for example, one of the things that would happen is like, which this isn't a bad thing, but it would kind of often lead into like more of an argument or something like that in my relationship. Like if I was going out or something and I get home and I failed to be like, oh, I made it safe. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I made an effort to do that all the time. But if I didn't, it was like I got like an attitude in the you just and so it would turn into a bigger thing. And it's like, okay, my bad. Like, I'm sorry I didn't reach out. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I did try to call or something, but I'd be lit. So shit, I'm getting home. I'm lit. I might have forgot. or it was just too lit and it would turn into a bigger thing. And it was funny because just a friend of mine, this past weekend was like, because this is a good friend of mine. He was just like, well, let me know when you get home. But my homegirl was driving. I was pretty lit. You know what I'm saying? I I didn't even remember saying that they were like, oh, let me know when you make it home. Let me home. You were. He told me the next day, talking about you told me you're gonna make it home safe. And immediately I was like, don't do that. Like what you like, you know what I'm saying? I don't gotta tell you shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was already a trigger for me.
Yep.
Where it was just like, okay, I was like, and we talked about it because he was like, damn, like I was just trying to make sure you made it safe. I was like, look, no, like
Mm-hmm.
it's not even you, it's just that shit triggers me because
Yep.
of what I was, it would always lead to something where I knew that shit was coming. Like I would wake up in the morning with anxiety, like, damn, I'm not ready to call this man because he about to be tripping, like for real, like real life trip. You know what I'm saying? So that's like an example of a trigger where I'm like, those are things that I need to just like unlearn, get past, learn to be able to like, or at least in my future relationship, I'm understanding that whoever it is that I do, date, that I need to be able to have that level of communication where it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't always lead to an argument. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's those people where it's like you can't ever just talk to them. Like, there are certain people that are like that,
Like
and that
just
was
combative.
the person that I dealt with for like 3.5 years. So yeah, there's a lot of triggers that I'm trying to overcome relationship wise. Um, as far as myself, like me and my inner self, I was actually just talking to my homegirl today, and we were talking about I have really bad. I'm learning that I have really bad anxiety, like, and I know it was always something that it was kind of like it's who I've been for so long, like to
Mm-hmm.
the point where I will worry myself into like really being stressed the fuck out, like over some shit that's not, like, more than likely not even happening, not even existing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it definitely stems from a certain level of self-esteem I've like grown up with, because that's something that I'm stemming from like my childhood, because I grew up, like a certain type of upbringing where it's like it was just like certain things that I was taught. It made me look at myself a certain way where I didn't necessarily look at myself like who I really am and what I'm really capable of, and like really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I really,
Yeah.
for a very, very, very long time, and even sometimes today, I think down on myself of like, you know what I'm saying? Even when bad shit may be happening to me, I'm like, okay, like, well, maybe I just deserve that shit. Cause like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the types of things that like I be in my mind about. And me and my homegirl was just talking today. She was online talking about some, well, maybe it's just like we have high functioning anxiety about shit. Cause like, I really be in my mind. Like, I'll play a situation over in my head, even the smallest little things. And I'll be like, damn, like they probably hate me for real. Like they probably really don't fuck with me. Like what the fuck? Like, damn. And it's like they not even thinking about me. They not even worried about me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just how
Right.
my mind be like. And I honestly, I really, it's something I really dislike about myself because I've been doing this shit for so long. It's gotten better over the years, but that's something internally that I'm trying to work on, because it's like at the end of the day, girl, majority of the time ain't nobody even worried about you or thinking about you for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but it's like in my head, I'd be like, damn, like, oh
You'll
my
be
God, like,
creating like an experience for yourself to go through, but you don't even got to go through because it's
yes,
not even
cause okay,
happening.
so like also for an example, like I recently saw Lionel and Tamara, and we went out, we had a good time and stuff like that. And there was a situation that I brought up with Tamara, and I was just like, I, for all these years since that situation happened, I was like, I just thought that you just didn't fuck with me. I was like, she really just don't fuck with, she hates me. And she was like, Mo, like I actually fuck with you, like you're cool. Like I've definitely gotten over that shit. Like I'm not even thinking about that shit, but that's how my mind works.
Hmm.
And I just be like, I don't know why I'm like that,
What
but
you were
I
thinking.
think it's actually like we in my family, I'm learning to, and I need to get more I really need to like get more in tune with my family history as well, because there's a lot on my dad's side of the family that I don't know for real, and I feel like there's something definitely deeper when it comes to like real like mental health. So
Gotcha.
it's like, because I also like, my siblings and stuff like that will talk about things that they experience, and like I've seen my dad go through some things like, real like mental health things. So it's like I feel like it's deeper to it. It's more that I got to explore, but it's like it's levels to it. I'm trying to break through the barriers and just You know, I feel like it could be worse, and I'm very self aware about a lot of things, but internally I'm like, yeah, all right, we got to get off that high anxiety, high function anxiety shit, because like I feel like I can't really like live life comfortably sometimes, where I'm just like, damn, like my brain won't let me. It won't. Like I'll be in the bed at night like playing situations over and over and over in my head. It could be some shit that happened years ago. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, damn, like that
Mm.
shit sucks.
Yeah.
No,
No, I'm
then
with
I know what you're talking about, Mo, too. Like, I be doing that. Like, I just kind of had a situation with that. I was like, damn, this nigga hates me. Like, he just really hates me. I'm like, and I'm like, my friend ain't telling me shit. I'm like, this bitch hate me too. Like, and then I end up talking to him. I'm like, oh, I was just
Right. All that worrying for
yeah,
nothing. Like I was
I
tripping
really
for
thought this nigga hated me,
nothing.
but then it was like, oh, it was all in my head. Like,
Yep.
damn, I
Mind
gotta
be
start
playing
doing
tricks
that
on you
shit.
for real.
No, and so that's kind of why I guess it really is important to be talking about it. Like, because are we doing the work or just talking about it? Because, yeah, you can like kind of figure out what the issue is, but you really have to start, being in the energy of the solution, right? And I think when it comes to, mindfulness, I think it's really what they call it when you're able to kind of you know, be able to have a sense of calm in your mind, right? Um, and meditation I feel can come in different ways because I think that people can kind of have a resistance from meditation, but I've found that, you don't necessarily have to cut out all the voices during meditation. For me, I think it's kind of important, like deciphering what those voices are, like really just like sitting back and really listening to like what is going on in your mind right now, and then you could just be, damn, okay, does this thought like feel good, like does this feel good, or does this feel like this hurts? And it's like,
Mhm.
okay, why am I focusing all this energy on it? Like, is this even true? Like, do I have proof that this is an actual like, no, oh, I have no idea, like, whether okay, so you could let that shit go too. And I think that's kind of how I found out. Daniel, you mentioned like kind of reverse engineering, right? And
Right.
that's kind of like how you can take a thought to where, so like when the thought comes up another time, it's like, oh, that's just like that fear voice coming in again. Oh, like that's that lack wanting to come in and like bring some doubt in. And yeah, you're kind of able to like start to clear out some of that falseness, because like a lot of that shit don't be true, like it don't
Right.
even be rooted in your, and that's where the mind comes in. And so yeah, and so I guess that is why it's called mindfulness, because then once you recognize like how the mind works, like the mind likes to like cling on things and have things to like work through and fix on and things. And so like, yeah, and the mind is so important right now. Like,
It's
I
funny
think
how
it's more important to have like a stronger mental than ever before.
That's right.
you describing a book that I just finished reading called The Untethered Soul. That
Mm.
actually it kicks the book off talking about exactly what y'all talking about. It
Mm.
basically said you ever lay down in your bed and all these thoughts just start coming to you, you can't turn them off, and it starts step by step taking you through that process on how to cut that noise off, that voice is in your head that's constantly going that you can't seem to turn off. Even now, it's happening right now, and you don't even really know it. So
I
I
love the word mindfulness. I love that.
yeah, perfect word for that.
No,
But
I
and
was just saying today. I was
what's
saying
gets
today
so
to
dope.
Tamara, like having boundaries within yourself. Like, cause like the thing is like, okay, boundaries for everyone else. Like, don't step on my toes. Don't like, draw the line. Make
right,
sure you don't cross my boundary. It's like always the conversation is in terms of everyone else, like external. But I was talking to Tamara probably this morning or yesterday morning about like internal boundaries. Cause I was listening to this really good therapist that was saying how like she had this gene for a certain like disease or whatever, but it was dormant. Although she ended up experiencing it based on like being so stressed out for a certain period of time that like stress induced and triggered that gene to boom. So now it was eczema. That's what it was. So now she like deals with eczema. but it was like stress induced, and she didn't, you know. So it's like the conversation was having boundaries within yourself to say, okay, I see that this is taking me to a certain point, or this is making me even think shit that I want to think. Cut that shit off. Like, you know,
Yeah.
have boundaries within yourself too. That so you keep that shit like a healthy environment inside.
Read that book, y'all. Like I think it'll help.
I will add that
Um,
to my list for sure.
Like,
I
say
like
it
the
again. What
title.
was the book name
I,
again?
it's called The
the un-
Untethered Soul.
mhm.
My
I think
mother,
this is one of my things.
she almost cried after reading it. I was like, damn, I got it. She
I
ain't
will
been.
definitely add that to my list for sure.
Yeah, same. I feel like I might have heard of it.
No, I really do feel like I
It's about
have.
We
something.
have a top. I want to hear Roy's answer to this now. Top
Right. Roy,
left.
your turn.
I don't even want to.
Roy said, I don't need to heal shit.
Tori
Oh,
is a hater. Tori is such a hater.
no, wait. It was something I wanted to say. Wait, before. Damn, I forgot it.
Tori's
Damn.
just a hater. I don't know. For me, it's just like so. You gotta understand, man. I've been through so many waves in my life, right? Like, you know, if I make it to my birthday this year, this would be year 43 around the sun.
Damn.
It's been
Damn.
like, I know, damn, right?
Kevin Hart his ass, huh?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Nah, it's just crazy. Damn near 50, right?
I'm sorry.
So, like, I say that to say that, um, like I grew up as an old soul as well. Like, I didn't grow up, on like some young nigga shit. Like like I grew up in like that like old school South that they talk about where like you grew like when they talk about like you grew up around like the old heads who was like talking and like drinking and like playing dominoes. I
Yeah.
really grew up around that. Like that's how I really grew up. Like on the weekends, I was sitting around with my dad that brought me around. I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, and it's a bunch of like 50, 60, 70-year olds over there playing dominoes, talking shit. And I'm like the little kid just like absorbing it all. So like I grew up in like a totally different time in terms of like not only like of community, but like how you deal but like how they taught you how to deal with stuff. So for me, it's gonna sound crazy, but like I don't want to change nothing about me. I'm happy with like who I am at this point. I've come to the point to where like I'm fine with who I am. Like, are there some things like me and my wife? I think maybe I got the best of both worlds because me and my wife, we grew up in the same neighborhood since we were like in like junior high. So I can't compare that to nobody else, right? Like we grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to high school together, right? So I understand it like that's not the norm for most people. But with that being said, like I'm happy that she understands where I grew up at. So it's certain things that I don't have to talk to her about because she already understands. We grew up on the southwest side of H Town. I don't gotta explain that to her. She know that already, right? Like Ross said earlier, if we go to the club and they play South Side, she good. She already understand that, right? She don't need to be. So for me, at this point in my life, I understand. Like the only thing I have to deal with is that I know that I can be difficult to live with, and I can be difficult from the standpoint of, hold on, what the hell just happened? Hold on, Lionel, why are you 2 times on my screen right now, Lionel?
What?
Right?
You tripping, bro?
He probably tried to log back in. That's what my shit just did.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all niggas just made it seem like I just made that up. Fuck y'all. See?
That was
You
the old
see?
me. That was the
You
old
see?
me. Just
Right. He
continue.
said, I
Like, are
brought
you
in.
okay?
Yeah, see? I was good and y'all trying to make it seem like I made that up. Okay,
That was
but
the old
in
me.
terms
Just
of
continue. I literally just healed and evolved right in front of
Right.
Period.
In
That's
that
That's
very
that.
how it
moment.
works, Roy.
but again,
Take a hint.
for me, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I like who I am. I like who I am at this stage in my life. I don't wanna. The only thing I change for is my girls. I got 2 girls. I got a girl that's 16, and I got another one that's 7. They'll be 18 and 17 in July. So like I only modify my stuff for them, right? Like everybody else, they got to deal with me as I am,
Hold on,
right?
hold
I'm
on.
not
Can we get an
like
example of what's something that make you so different? Like, not to get too personal, but
no,
just
no, you
like
good, you good.
it's a broad example of like what's one thing distinct to you that makes
Yeah,
you
so
like
like my, so like
different.
He hates women.
no,
He's
that's false.
problematic.
That's false.
He
So
got
like
Step
daughters,
there,
man.
Y'all
right?
serious about that? Huh?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, he
Naomi
hates
is
women. Have you not watched the show before?
He hasn't.
I have, but not
He
enough.
be on no, he be on the guy time with Roy. Like you're a man, that's why he's so great to you. He's such a good guy. 'Cause you're a
I'm
man.
used to being the bad guy on our show, so it's a little
See?
good. My boy
But
be the
no,
bad
so
Y'all
like
said that about me
with my
today.
with my with my oldest daughter, I'll take that for like for first, right? So she's 16, she's gonna be 17 in July. Um, she's taught and Mo and Lionel, they know her because Mo and Lionel met her when she was like literally a kid, and
Well, we
like
don't know her anymore. She's grown a
that's what
lot.
I was gonna say. I was just gonna say that, Mo.
It's been
Y'all don't
years.
know her as a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Like y'all met her as a kid, and now she's getting ready to be 17 years old. She's so different now, right? Than like what y'all remember her from when y'all used to come through and do the podcast, right? And then go to fucking the well afterwards, right? That was so
Yeah.
long ago. Like my daughter is almost to the age to where she can go to the well, right? So it's like she's just taught me how to like my oldest daughter taught me patience. She taught me how to like um she taught me that if I have a stance on something, because you know how like these kids start trends on TikTok, right? And like maybe you have like a different perspective, but they start something and you like, you know what? Let me see if because like my daughter, she'll be very, very strong on the perspective. She'll be like, Dad, you're tripping because these people are going through that, right? And I'm like, okay, well, let me do some research on it, right? So she's taught me to be tolerant of saying, you know what, I can see from another perspective. But I also got I also got a 7-year-old, right? And so she's taught me to just always like never give up on like because like she'll say something that's like so simple and it's like damn, like you're so smart, but what you said was like so simplistic, and I was looking at it so macro, and you broke it down to like to like a small micro level. So I got the best of both worlds. So I got a 17-year-old coming up and I got an 8-year-old coming up. So for me, it's like beautiful development because like I can deal with like her on that level and understand too. We was talking about music earlier. My daughter that's gonna be 17, her journey in learning music is way different than my young daughter. She on like my youngest kid, she only knows music through TikTok and like the internet.
YouTube. They know the
Yeah,
all
YouTube.
the
She
yeah.
doesn't even know. Like my oldest daughter, she was still around when they was like playing music. Like she was still catching stuff like on the radio, and she was like the very like tail end of that. But like my youngest daughter, when like she'll be saying a song from like a TikTok or like something she saw like on like YouTube, and she's like, "How do you know that song?" I'm like, then I gotta talk to her about the song. So like, it's a very different experience that we're going through. You know what I'm saying? So and dealing with girls is also different. I think everybody gotta understand that like dealing with like I don't have any boys, so like only time I deal with like dudes is when I go to the gym. So like those are my sons. I don't say that to like disparage the like the young dudes, but like I look at them as like my sons when I go in there. Like those are young kids, so I deal with them with more tough love, right? Like Mo's dad. Like I met Mo's dad, right? He got 1, 2, 3, 4 daughters, right, Mo? Your dad?
Yeah.
So like think about this, Daniel. You got Mo's dad. He's a military dude, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I
It's
thought he was military. That
he
nigga
grew
had his
up with
shit.
the military parent, but he is not military himself.
Okay, I thought Mo's dad. Okay, that's what I thought Mo's dad was a military dude because he had his pants tucked in so hard. I was like, okay, this nigga has to be
He
military.
wears socks correctly and all the shit. Got a
Oh,
belt on.
Mo's dad, this nigga had his everything was at 45 degrees, Daniel. Everything. His goddamn pants was tucked in precisely. His goddamn the way the pants fit, they hit exactly. Like I
I'm
was like, oh,
dead.
this nigga.
They're right. They're worn properly. Okay, my dad is a very proper individual, and his dad, my grandpa, is he was in the Navy, so that was the one who raised him. So that's why he definitely gives military. People asked him that my whole life. They'd be like, "Are you military?" He'd be like, "No." He
Bro,
just
I
like
promise Daniel, if you met her dad, I promise you, you would think that nigga's a goddamn sergeant. You was like, okay, let me
tell
respect
by
this.
the
He's
demeanor,
with the shits.
you know. So military people share the same demeanor for the most part. So
Yeah.
whether they got a haircut or they retired or young, whatever the case may be, I can always tell just from how they stand and how they kind of behave that they spent some time in the military. So if he has the demeanor, I'll be able to tell. I don't know about like the pants and stuff like that. I don't.
Oh no, this nigga, no. When you see the way his shit is tucked in, you be like, oh, that shit's tucked into his drawers.
I'm dead.
No, that shit's tucked into his drawers. That shit's all the way tucked in. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, can I ask y'all this real quick? Hold on. I don't want nobody to leave. I want to ask y'all this. This is off the topic a little bit. A little bit. It was a young lady in California who was running track. She's in high school. She's a sophomore. She won the race. She won the race, but she did something after the race, and the officials disqualified her and said they're taking the gold medal from her. Can I play this for y'all real quick? And can y'all give me y'all thoughts on this? Because I think this is so important right here. This right here, what we talking about dealing with different. Oh no, not this Negro. Hold
What
on.
the hell? I saw that.
Oh no.
God.
That's a Negro. Hold on. I'll play him a different. Hold on. That's a different Negro.
He said we gonna get to that.
We gonna get to that in a minute. Not that Negro right now. Hold on. We gonna get to this young lady right here.
Bro, what you got on your Twitter, dog?
No. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that Negro in a second. Pause. Here we go, young lady.
Because of a celebration. After winning the 400-meter event at the CIF State Championships with a time of 53.24 seconds, her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire extinguisher.
When she blew the fire extinguisher, the opponents were gone. That was our moment of celebration. And the CIF officials made that about them. The crowd went crazy. They loved it. The booth, CIF booth went crazy. They loved it. But those few guys in those jackets, they took offense to it, didn't like it, and they made a decision based on emotions.
The North Salinas High sophomore grabbed a fire extinguisher from her father and coach and extinguished off her spikes. The CIF deemed her celebration unsportsmanlike, stripping her of her title.
You go. So they said that was unsportsmanlike, and they stripped her of the title.
Yeah,
should they have stripped her? Like, are we
a
abiding by
little bit too much? I think
Wasn't supposed to do that. I'm be honest with you. There's a system in place for everything, even sports. You can't do that. You can't do that. So like basketball, you dunk on somebody, and even they get flagrant fouls and stuff like that, or text for that kind of stuff. You're not supposed to show them like that. And white people run these systems, so we know how to. You know what I mean? Like,
there you go. Let's go, Naomi. What you say, Naomi?
I was just saying that I think like they didn't have to do all that. Yeah, she did pull something, but it's like, come on. In sports, sometimes there is some leeway. Like, yeah, it could be, especially when you are like, you know.
There's no leeway.
I feel like it can be. I feel like
that's just the reality.
Like, so where it's like, you know.
No, because at Wagner, like my sophomore year, our track team was cold. The girls 4x1, they had to forfeit they got first in the 4x1 at state, but they had to forfeit it because one of the girls had earrings in. You're not supposed to have earrings when you're running. So despite winning and having the fastest time, they had to forfeit, and they got last technically because somebody on the team and their whole team suffered. Like they lost points. That was a whole thing. And so, I mean, it just is what it is. That's like if I football, like if I step on the line, I'm serving, like it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, like, that's that.
So what you saying, Lionel, is like if the rules are the rules, right? Like if the rules say you can't bring, different objects into the field. Go ahead, Ross. Go ahead.
That's my question though. Did they just make up the rule because the celebration was that good? Kind of like with the John Morant thing when John Morant did the bomb, and it's like, okay, that's got to be against the rules. Well, nah, don't punish the person because they was just creative. You know what I'm saying? But if there was a rule where like you can't go to the sideline and get a prop, I understand like a fire extinguisher. That's a little extreme because that could be like
it was the schools at first.
it could be like hazardous, or somebody could inhale that.
I did a fire extinguisher in college, and I got in a lot of trouble for it.
Yeah, because somebody can inhale it.
It was a whole thing. Seriously,
I think
like,
there's
seriously.
difference between like celebrating and showboating, and what she did was showboating. So across that line, you went all the way to the sideline to get a fire extinguisher. It ain't supposed to be on the track or on the field, so you're already violating some type of policy legally in that realm, and you went over there and sprayed the fire extinguisher on your feet. It's like, all right, now you're supposed to take your trophy and celebrate like, yeah, and then going about your business because they don't want to make a spectacle of the sport, which is what people tend to do sometimes. So it's a lot of politics into it. So politically, she was wrong, but we all know, like, she's a child, she should be able to do that, but that's not how.
No, the fact that her dad had it all set up for her too.
Yeah,
because
I felt bad because she was a sophomore. So she was a sophomore who won state. That means she the boss.
Okay, but that's a little bit better than like senior year you finally won and now you lose your senior
right.
year.
No, she a sophomore.
Well, sophomore means she gonna be back the next 2 years. She learned her lesson. Yeah, yeah. In that case, that's a little bit better.
Yeah. Only thing I thought about it was like, because I was like, how do you? Because I think that, like, to Lionel's point, I think there has to be some type of penalty there, right? Because we can't just allow you to like go to the sideline and now come back to the infield and do whatever the hell you want, right? Yeah. It's got to be rules and regulations. Maybe we say, okay, so you're not going to be able to get your gold medal on the podium, right? We're going to send it to your school and we're going to disqualify you for the first meet next year. Right? Maybe we do that. Like, but I think there's, because she won the race, right? So she won, but like there are rules and regulations. We got to adhere to that, right? Like it is what it is.
She was white.
Say it again.
You think it would have happened if she was white?
I would hope so, but we live in a
and plus they don't be winning the sprint, so we'll never know.
Say we are talking about track.
We don't know what's going on their white on white competition. Somebody gotta win.
Right, somebody gotta win.
Somebody gotta win on the white on white sprint.
Y'all stupid.
They never make it to the finish.
They're like 1 minute 4 seconds.
They never make it.
On the fucking.
Somebody gotta win.
Like, you want to go to Chipotle? They never finish.
This nigga said Chipotle. Okay, let's go here because we gotta talk about this before we get up out here tonight. Y'all saw it on my screen, so we'll go here. This is okay. Let me pull this up first. Let's go here first. So y'all see what it says. It says, woman says she is now dating a feminine man because masculine men aren't emotionally intelligent. Plus, they get to wearing the same clothes. Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. I think this whole story is cap, but let's hear them out.
She was usually like dating masculine guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Terrible. Being with Tiante, I've learned that it's best to be with a feminine man because they understand you more. It's hard trying to teach a masculine man how to feel sometimes or how to treat you. I don't have to worry about that. I mean, we just kind of dress alike sometimes, and that's really the only thing. He's who he is.
Straight to sleep. There you go. See,
Laughing.
Torian
Torian
loves this
Torian
story.
laughing.
Torian down with the shit.
Oh, that is so crazy.
You down for the propaganda, Torian? You finna
I,
be.
I just find these situations every time these just pop up. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. It just goes to show that like
I
just
think that
us
shit
as
is
humans are just so complex. Like,
that shit
Are
is
we?
yeah, because I mean, look, it's people like that exist, and it's like, wow, you would never think, but it's like, no, like I don't question it because I know it's just possible. Like, people really are like that, and it do be like, well, I couldn't say he's straight, but he's definitely a queer man, and it's just like, yeah, he's happy in that way, and you know, like, hey,
You don't. First of all, Torian, you don't know how he identifies, Torian.
that's why I just said queer. That's just the base, you know.
Oh,
That's
okay.
okay to say.
Hold on. Is queer like a coverall?
Yeah, it's the generalized, you know, term.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Even
so
though that
queer,
does sound
queer
more
is not
fucked up.
offensive.
I know that does sound more fucked up to say that.
It sounds offensive.
No, maybe my tone made it more offensive.
It
but
sounds
no,
offensive.
queer is like the generalized term. Instead of saying like, because you know, black folks just say gay. Like that nigga just gay. But like,
Oh,
no,
hold on. Why you trying to put it on black folks to say gay? That's crazy. That's racist.
that's just
Torian.
my experiences. I'm sorry, I'm a black man.
Okay, that's racist. I'm
Right.
just letting
You
you know.
made it like that nigga gay. Like saying that is like
He definitely is gay though, to be honest.
Look at you.
Is he?
He is gay though.
That nigga gay. No, he's queer.
He likes gay. He's gay with a side of pussy. But go ahead.
How do you know? But how you gonna sit there and say you don't know how he identifies, and you sitting there telling him how he
Oh,
identifies?
no, he's gay.
No,
with
but
a
what
side
be
of pussy.
crazy? You know what be the craziest part for me is when like gay people be like identifying people as gay. Like I feel like they'll over. I be like, wait, I thought you were supposed to do this, but I feel like they try to call
And
somebody.
you know, the crazy part about it is I
Like,
actually
wait.
have seen that guy on TikTok before.
Oh, damn.
This was some time ago. This was maybe like a couple years ago. I seen him across my timeline one time, and he's been adamant about that he likes women. Like he's not into men. He just
Oh,
likes
he's
to.
straight.
So he's very. So it's interesting that this is coming up now
Roy
because
killing
like
the videos.
he was adamant about that years ago because I remember going on his page like,
Damn, that's
what's
crazy.
going on here?
Not you validating it.
What's going on here?
Not
Yeah,
you
I was just like,
validating
what's
it,
going on here?
'cause
But
I
he
did
was
not believe it. I'm like, this is fake.
he's
See,
always been
Naomi,
very
open your
adamant.
mouth.
I'm like, this would be you and Tiara just making a fucking video for TikTok.
No, like I can definitely say. I mean, even if that video was capped, but this was like literally a couple years ago. I saw this dude on my timeline, and he was very adamant because people were like, "Oh, like are you gay? Like you this that there." He's like, "No, actually, I actually date women. Like I like women. Like," and he was very adamant about that for that time. So to see this now, I'm not surprised. He just be like, "I just like to dress up and wear makeup and do shit. Like, but I like women."
Yeah,
Look at Daniel. Look at Daniel when you said that makeup part. Daniel, pull back him and see.
like a guy who transitioned to a woman, but he only still date women, so now he like lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that like a couple weeks ago. I was like, what the? You could have just stayed the whatever.
That's basically what
Bruce Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner did. Bruce Jenner.
I have a friend who did that. So
Where they're just like, no, I just
Yeah,
feel like I'm a woman.
they just felt, yeah. I mean,
They got
See, this is why you supposed to be
Wasn't-
playing. See, this is why you supposed to be playing no hands at the club. See, well, go ahead.
This is why we got some. That's what. This is why it's like.
Go ahead, Ross. Go ahead, Ross.
Oh, go ahead.
We got to say something about the girl that goes after the dude that is just as pretty as her, and she choose him because he can dress better than the straight dudes, and they just happen to dress like, Come on now.
Not
They
you
look like
matching shoes with
siblings.
you.
They look like siblings, Ross. I ain't gonna lie to you. They look like siblings.
I'm saying though, like,
Her face told me she full of
yeah, she sounded very dumb on that video. Her reasoning, and it's just like, okay, like, I don't want to
It's
say
just like her
Look
best
at LT in the
homegirl.
chat. Hold on, LT in the chat says, fellas, this the nigga she tell you not to worry about.
Yeah, that's the one homie that go on the girls trip with him. He the gay homeboy that get
And
the
he
pass.
knocking off everybody on the girls trip. He getting all the walls, all the sugar walls.
Wow.
That's the one nigga that be doing everybody hair in Atlanta. The one nigga, what's his name?
I know.
Ari and all them be twerking on him and stuff. Yeah.
Right. But his dick still getting hard. They twerking on him, but his dick still getting hard.
That's wild. Jesus
Just
Christ.
telling y'all what happens. Just telling y'all what happens. Just saying.
That's
Like,
a little.
I'm just saying. Torian's fully committed.
Look at
I don't know. Well, I'm saying Torian. I think if Naomi twerks on you, Torian, you're not gonna get hard.
You don't know my body. My body, my choice.
Y'all know Torian's not even like gay.
Torian is the one doing the twerking.
Torian dead ass is the one doing the twerking. Like in reality, in the club, Torian is the one doing the twerking.
Torian said he's not getting hard. Y'all, I'm with Torian. He's not getting excited. I'm with you, Torian. You're not getting excited by them just throwing ass. I'm with you, Torian. Don't let them put you in that trick.
I respect women and they're my friends. But if it's some
There
stripper,
you go. I'm with you, Torian. You respect them. And you just they throwing ass on you and you respecting it and you not, yeah. I'm with Torian. Shout out to Torian. My wife can go out with Torian and I'm not mad at her for throwing ass on Torian.
Period.
There you go.
Let's go out.
That's how secure I am. Fuck what y'all talking about with me, god damn it. I'm secure in my masculine. You should. In my relationship.
Sound
You
like
see?
that dude she told you not to work.
But I will say this though. If my wife is throwing ass on Raven, I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna step in on that.
Oh, yeah,
I don't trust Raven.
I'm like, don't leave her alone neither. Don't be gone. Don't be like, hey, I'm gonna run and get.
Trust Raven.
Take
I don't trust you. Raven, I love you, but I don't trust you.
I'm like, now how is she in it?
Right. How she get in it?
Oh, I'm with Raven in it. Oh,
That's
I know.
He been watching her. He put her on the watch list. He put her on the watch
I
list.
love
Really?
Raven. I love Raven. Raven is
Okay. Will fuck your bitch.
Yes, she will. Raven is a stud. Raven's a stud. I love Raven. That's the homie.
You know how
I
she
see it happen.
identifies.
And I just laugh because I have seen it happen. I have.
Oh, she identifies as a stud, Torian. Don't worry about it.
Oh, because some
Sure she does.
No, she called herself the Shellas. Her and her friends.
She calls herself a what?
Please.
no, she did.
Crazy.
Hey, that be pissing me off. I'm like, damn.
I was like, that's why you unfollow me because I'm not gay. I was like, I see how y'all be.
What's a stud?
She unfollowed you?
You know what a stud is?
What's a
I
stud?
don't know what a stud. Listen, we don't know what a
What
stud
is
is.
that?
Daniel tonight. What's the stud?
It said
Don't ask me.
A stud is a
Acronym.
masculine lesbian.
no. They
A
did the
masculine
acronym.
lesbian.
He said, don't ask me.
Or
He's a
bisexual.
masculine.
It says stud stand for still titties under that shirt.
Still,
Torian, that is racist.
that shirt is
Fuck.
crazy.
That's what somebody said on Twitter.
Torian,
My
and
granddad
that's racist
said
for me.
stud stand for still titties under that shirt.
Hey, people say a lot of stud. Listen, people say a lot of studs to still get down with the D. Real talk.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same
No,
thing as
that's
what she
like
doing
JoJo
with the dude.
CY.
That's what I was just about to bring up.
I said, Chloe goes, I'm mad at that bitch. Like, bitch, you lied to me.
I heard.
No, I'm like,
Don't
I
take
don't be believing that shit either. Like,
I got a homeboy in college. that got a stud pregnant based on the fact that because he was like, I was like, yo, why? I was like, yo, you was fucking her? He was like, yeah. I was like, why? He was like, man, because niggas was saying she was a stud. I wanted to get out fuck. He ended up getting up pregnant, had a baby by a stud.
That shit happened to me.
That's insane. What?
I ain't have a baby by a stud, but I smashed it.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Slow down. Slow down.
Roy, who the fuck is that out here?
Let's put you in the middle square. Could you say that one more time, Daniel? What you say right now?
In the Army, I smashed a girl who was like allegedly confused. She was obviously far more woman than she was like trying to be a stud, but I found out later that she was like trying to go over to the stud life, kind of. And so looking at her Instagram, you see her in like, baggy clothing, all this other stuff. But when I smashed, she was a whole female, wearing a sundress, all that type of stuff. But I can say I guess so.
We just used to call that a tomboy though. What's the what make you a stud from a tomboy?
I feel like the stud tomboys still like dick. Tomboys still fuck with niggas. I feel like a stud, it's like they got that tomboy energy, and they're also like fucking bitches too. So I think it's like where both lines cross. Because I feel like I can kind of have my tomboyish ways.
Yeah.
And I definitely did growing up, but I'm definitely not into women. Like I'm definitely.
I don't know. Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Nah. I mean,
a stud and a dyke then.
I'm like, not enough. I'm like, I never be out here like loving a woman.
But you can rub on a clit a little bit though, right? Like
I could get mine rubbed on.
There you go. See? There you go. See?
Hey, but I'm like, that'd be about it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I love you. Like that. That's I'm like, that's gay. Happy Pride Month.
Checking me out.
That's gay.
Hey, people be gay.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, everybody stay put. We finna go into overtime. Let's close it out for the people who have not subscribed to the Patreon. You guys subscribe to the Patreon, you get the overtime. Let's close out for everybody else, though. Peace, y'all. We got to get out for y'all, but everybody else.